before you hit the live button. Oh.
Press the button. Y'all hear me?
Are you a victim of domestic violence? Since 2013, From Ordinary to Extraordinary has helped over 3,000 women, and we want to continue to rebuild the community with one family at a time. Please make a donation or sign up for volunteer opportunities today at imfote.org. No matter how you choose to get involved, know that every bit counts. From Ordinary to Extraordinary is a 501c3 nonprofit organization designed to empower women and girls that have experienced domestic violence.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover legend, where the truth hurts, but also you laugh.
Tap in. Tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm going to tap in for sure.
Tap in.
Tap in. Tap. You hear my voice? You see my face. You hear my voice? Now you see my face. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We've made it to another Monday. Today is December 5th. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
12-5.
12-5. We've made it. The Takeover Legends are here. Make sure you check in all the comments. I need a bunch of comments today. But we have to review on how the weekend was. Shout out to Ashley Newman. Ashley be on point. R.I.P.
She be working
Big
out.
Mama.
She wake up early and she work out listening to it. She be working out.
How do you know her schedule? That's what I want to know.
See,
how do you
Mike, I pay attention. When females talk, Mike, sometimes you got to pay attention.
And she mentioned it before.
You know,
yeah,
I ain't say all the time. I ain't say every time, but certain things.
I don't know. I might have to blow your spot up. I don't know what's going on. Ashley, what's going on?
Good morning.
Kathy's on point. Good morning. She's right on. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something, people. We actually started. The button got pressed at like 12 minutes after the hour. We were 12 minutes. I'm telling you. It's coming.
I believe. I have a dream.
I'm telling you, by the time our first show in 2023, we are going to be starting at the top of the hour. Central Standard Time would be 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time would be 7 a.m. I promise. But you got to take it one day at a time.
Wait,
you know
so
what I'm saying?
That's what we're going to be? We're going to be 6 a.m.?
Yes. That's it right
Coast,
there.
7 a.m. Central? That's what's going to happen?
I promise you it's coming. People think that the evolution doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't have nothing happen overnight. What do they say? Rome wasn't built.
Wasn't built in a day.
Was not built in a day. It took some time. And I promise you, when they were building it, they never started on time for the first 6 months. Like they started, and then next thing you know, boom, Rome is here. Rome will be here. Yeah, 2 years. 2 years. Yeah, took some time.
It's been almost.
Come on.
Let's not commit to 2023 though. That's like coming off.
No, let's commit to 2023. It's not even here.
The first day off the holiday. The first day after the holiday.
No.
One moment at a time.
Wait. The first day after the holiday, we're gonna have a long break, so everybody needs to be on time. Mo, how was your weekend?
I will not be because I'll be out of the country, but it was good.
Oh, wow.
It was busy.
Where you gonna be out the country?
Well, Gabe's birthday is January 1st, New Year's Day, so he will be on a birthday cruise.
Oh, with you?
Until the 6th.
But you're gonna be on a. You said he will be on a birthday cruise, like he going by himself, like he packed.
He ain't that grown where
like he packing his bags and got a passport. I'm like, Mom, I'll see you later. You be careful. Don't be out in the street.
The day will come.
New Zealand is back.
He's
Good
back.
morning,
What up,
USA?
Jay Dillinger?
Good morning to my favorite team.
I don't know what that word is after New Zealand. I don't know.
It's ha and what's good. That's that.
But what's the NZ? Oh, that's the New Zealand. What's good, team? Okay, all right. Yeah, I like it. I like your little lingo swag. You got lingo swag. All right. So what was your weekend like there, Mo?
Well, it was great. I went to of course, I'm happy because I finally got a Zeta Legacy and my aunt. Mission complete this weekend on Saturday, so it was great. We took a lot of pictures. I'll send y'all some. And from there, I had, of course, Masonic Ball, the Grand Lodge Ball this weekend. beautiful ball, beautiful people. I love seeing Black people just dress up, like people of color dress up to the nines, and it's okay, good time. And then I worked yesterday.
To the nines. I like terminology, and I like I always want to know where dress up to the nines, where its origin came from.
My grandmother used to say that.
No, my mom, my mom said, but I always
dress to the nines. I never knew what it meant, but you know.
I like the origin of like Shawnee got some down south terminology that I'm like, what? What? Like, what was the one?
From her granny too, you know.
Yeah. You could tell this is from the granny. This ain't off the block on 2022. This has got some history. Her terminology got some history behind it. Like, oh my. Yes. So speaking of Shawnee and her terminology, how was your weekend there, girl?
It was bittersweet because my baby turned 14.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was bittersweet. Why? Because what was the bitter part?
She's 14. I'm like, and I put this little photo collage together to get her for say happy birthday. And I'm looking at her pictures when she was a baby, the day she was born, when she was 1 day old,
going through it.
2 days old, she was 3 days old, and I was like, she's 14 now.
Yeah,
she's 14. So
she's 14, and you know what? God bless her, because from the stories you told me, she a soldier. Let me tell you, she a soldier. Shawnee had these kids in the street from day one. Day one.
Yeah, don't make me. We own it. She
third day out the hospital. What happened? Third day out the hospital. What you do with
3
Carly?
days? Oh, I had a meeting that I had to go to, and she was in the little carrier. We was
3 days in.
Wow.
3 days old.
She was like, come hit this atmospheric germ fest that's out here. She brought her out there.
Been sick. She's never been sick.
Never been sick. That girl,
her Uncle Jay and her Uncle Mike were fighting over her, so she felt a little special.
Oh yeah.
Well, Jay don't know that it was a battle going.
Yeah, Jay don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, we was fighting over it. No, there's enough love for everybody.
Jay kicked off the morning sending her a cash app, and I was like, Jay sent you cash app.
Yeah. Well, he sent it to Shawnee.
Well, yeah, because don't nobody,
I sent a purse,
I sent it direct, and I talked to him.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Because he's talking about he beat me.
I said, nah. I said, but he sent it to Shawnee. That don't even count. That don't even.
But in the subject line, when it says Carly's birthday, Carly, that means
no. Mine went directly to Carly. Okay. Like her phone went boop 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 boop.
I didn't even realize Shawnee and I was pregnant at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when you told me about Gay's birthday,
he's going on 14 too. Wow.
Yeah. Each other. And it had nothing to do with either one, y'all. Just for the record to everybody out there. But she
baby dad. No, I was just like
hey, that would be convenient. Then y'all could join up and take him to court.
We're gonna give him niggas kids this weekend.
Listen, show weekend.
And the funny thing, he'd be the same baby father and still would. Never mind. I was gonna joke. I ain't gonna joke. Never mind. Never mind.
Play.
No, I ain't gonna joke. Y'all still wouldn't be getting child support. Listen,
okay, well, I'm not gonna say exactly what, but I do have to say the girl's dad came for. I'm gonna
nice.
Yeah.
She get credit. Okay.
But Jay Black sent $14, so I had to send $15 directly. And I had to put in the note so she could read it. I said, Carly, read it out loud. What did I put in the note?
Oh, you put a message?
He said, happy birthday. Had to beat Jay Black. And then I bleeped some of it. I said, you know what the fuck it is? Michael Shawn in the fucking building.
That's funny. And I had no idea. Oh, God. I was going to send it directly to her because I do have her cash app, by the way. But I liked it to go. But anyway, but all right.
No, I know your relationship ain't on that.
All right.
I get it. No, that's all good.
Yeah, I wasn't there spending the night like you. Okay.
Yeah, every once in a while when I can't get in touch with Shawnee, I just call Carly. Carly, where your mama at? No, I'm playing. the birthday, was that was it for the weekend? That was enough.
I mean, that's
other than that, you know, they had practice on Saturday, but we had to get up at 6 o'clock and do practice stuff. But yeah, that was it. It was all about her this weekend.
All right,
shout out to Stacy. Her son turned 21 over the weekend as well. So
Happy
shout out
birthday,
Stacy Mitchell.
Stacy Mitchell. Oh, shout out.
So she feels your pain. I think 21, that probably hurt a little bit more than 14. But
I don't even think about all that. Just shit.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. The older they get, the more relieved I am. Like, I just got to get I didn't even realize until I was driving the twins home from school. Next year is their senior year. I just need them out of high school. Like, honestly, I just need them because these little hoes in high school are horrible. But I mean, the twins have had it pretty good, but I can't stand my kids being in high school. Like, I can't wait for them to just be like, phew, and go
college
on.
gets no better if they decide to go away to college. I mean, it doesn't get any better, Mike.
See, but I understand what goes on in college. Like, I can deal with that. Like, I can deal with, at that point, I already know. I said, all right, I already know what just, hope and pray. Just, be like, all right, y'all got common sense. Don't let them play you for the prize. Don't let them play you for the prize. Please don't let them play you for the prize, because they will play you for the prize. We're going to save Jay Black for last the weekend. We're going to say, your review is going to be last, Jay Black. You're the grand finale. You're the grand finale for the weekend. My weekend was busy. I had to move everything. I had to empty my mom's garage. I had to go to the townhouse, empty my garage. We had to take the couches. Shout to Stacy's brother Derek, my ex Stacy. Derek was amazing. He does it for a living. I don't know how he took a small storage container and fit all the stuff that I had, like the living room and the dining room. I don't know how he did it. All I know is a small space, and he said, I got it. And I said, well, I believe, because I ain't got no money to get another storage space. So you're going to have to make this happen. He placed this stuff, like, if you ever played Tetris, when the boxes come down, you got to connect them.
Yeah. I was a bagger. I used to be a bagger. I know.
That man connected. I sat there. All I did, I'm sore because all I had, because when you start playing Tetris with furniture, that means you got to hold stuff and keep it like still as he connects and go like, all right, here we go. So we did all that, and so the townhouse is basically empty. But that's a whole nother story. So we did the whole thing and everything like that. So that was good. I was tired. I was busy. Sunday, what did I do Sunday? I didn't do anything Sunday. I did more stuff. I didn't watch the Eagle game. I listened to it on the radio like it was 1990. Like it was 1980. I listened to what's his name, the announcer, and I was just sitting there visualizing what was going on. I was like, shout to Jalen Hurts. Got to shout him out. He won me money on the prop bet. Thank you very much. Didn't think you were going to do it, but he won me money on the prop bet. And for those who don't know, I hate the Eagles, but if you don't say they're the best team in football right now, you're being ridiculous. You're being ridiculous. But you can believe that they won't win the Super Bowl, but you can't say that they're not better than the Chiefs who lost. You can't say Jalen Hurts didn't look better than Dak Prescott.
The MVP.
Miami Dolphins lost. If you want to say San Francisco is as good, but you can't say they're better than the Eagles right now. They're 11.
Now they lost their starting quarterback,
which they're always going to lose their starting quarterback. That's why I told you, Jimmy Garoppolo never stays healthy for an entire season. Rarely does he stay, but the backup came in. Jimmy Garoppolo might have lost him and the other dude might have lost their jobs. Anyway, that's what I did on Sunday. Jay Black, how was your weekend?
I don't know why you say me for the grand finale, but my weekend was started my vacation. So I got a week off my staycation. You know how you just do a staycation where you just
those are the best. Those are the best. There's no pressure.
Yeah, but I got injured. I fell. I know. I guess
okay, Jimmy Garoppolo, you stay hurt.
You fell?
I
Was it in an insured place?
I fell getting in the bed. I fell. It was. You
were drinking?
No. I stepped on the step stool, and the step stool shifted up, and then my shin fell down on the edge of it, and I've been banged up. All I know is it was the loudest sound, and I try not to wake Lady Q up, but you know, I try not to make no noise and scream. And she said, "What's going on?" I was like,
"Yeah, you was gonna scream."
No, that shin, you banging your shin. Like if you like the thing and you go up and then your shin hit on top of the middle of the side of this footstool, that was some excruciating pain on my shin. And I'm trying not to scream. I did not. I thought about screaming. I did not. It was no flag needed. It was none of that. I did not. I held it in.
That's your flag right here.
She heard the Alexa and stuff falling off the nightstand, and she's like, "What's going on?" And then my wife came through. All I know is I felt her underneath both my underarms picking me up off the floor. I felt like Music Soul Child video. Don't change. You like when you get old. God. I didn't need to tell her thank you to that degree.
Wait. She picked you up off the ground. Well, how can you? She's protecting. She's your protector now.
Dog. All I know is I felt her under both my underarms picking me up. I'm like, what is going on? It was like 4:30 in the morning. It was like, what? Boom. Yeah, it was bad.
Hurt. Oh, you must have one of them high beds. You got a high bed if you gotta do that.
Yeah,
He got a high pitched scream too. He got a high pitched scream.
I didn't let it out. I swear I wanted to scream. Right? I swear to you, when you knock us off the nightstand, when you falling at that age, when you get in your 40s and you fall, is a difference. And my shin,
type of fall.
No, that's what I said. That's what I tried to tell Shawn. She was like, "We need to roller skate." Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
No.
From this point on, it's all no fall activities involved.
No. Jay fell.
All right, you won't fall.
We fall.
We get up.
What's up?
But I didn't scream. She told me, "No, you would have been all right to let no."
Shit. You could have left out. You could have let out a moan.
Shit. No, he couldn't have, because she would have brought that up during the argument. That's why you were screaming, bitch.
I'm being honest. I'm being see Tashawn, I should have known. I can't even be
vulnerable with us today.
Yes, I was a vulnerable moment because I felt like, wow, she held me there. I didn't expect, because I don't know, everybody might have wouldn't have got up, whoever was on the other side of the bed. They might have been like, "You all right?
You good?"
I don't know. So, but she helped me. But with the both arms under the, like, because she knew, I was a whoa. But
don't be part of my. You couldn't be part of my family because it's a ritual that if somebody falls in front of us, everybody laughs first. Like everybody laughs first.
And my family would be like, "Are you all right?" And then when you say, "Yeah, I'm good," then we laugh.
No. We giggling while we say you all right. We like, yo, you all right? Yo, you trying to die today? What's wrong with you?
What were you thinking?
What was you thinking? Stepping up the step without turning on a. You should have at least brought your cell phone and put the little cell phone light up.
You might want to put some lights on the side of that, like some.
Every step lights up, like every time you step on it, pling, pling. Yo, falling is not a game when you hit a certain age. Falling is not a game.
Nope.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. This is the second vicious fall this man is taking. We can't talk on the other fall. He was doing some stuff around the house and he climbed a ladder by himself and it didn't work out.
The ladder leg broke. The ladder leg fell. Broke off.
Wouldn't this be the third? Because then you fall.
Damn, Alicia Keys.
When I was spraying.
I keep on falling.
It was a fly, and I was spraying the fly, and it got on the floor, and I went to step on it when it fell.
At a different
I did a split.
Fell. Didn't you fall at
that's what kicked it off.
I don't remember. But this is all legit stuff.
Listen, every time I fell, I was drunk. That's all I'm saying. Every time I fell, I was drunk.
I had a more valid excuse.
I had a valid reason. My balance was off the door. Like there was no way.
Oh God. Tashawn got mad jokes. Life alert.
Where's your life alert?
Life alert necklace.
You tripping? I want one of those. Like for real.
So disrespectful.
Life alert.
But good morning, all.
We're gonna go back to Jay's weekend. No, I'll bring that up later. I'll bring it up with something I realized I didn't care about that the rest of the world cares about. So Jay Black, the reason why I put you last, because we got to get through this story. Oh, here y'all go saying, well, okay, saying that's nice. The well, nah, Alicia Keys, J Blacks need to climb no more.
So sorry.
Afro Queen.
I'm
What?
sorry.
You
I'm glad
taking
you're okay,
shots?
J Black. Let me stop laughing at
Afro Queen, you trying to blow J Black's spot out? What are we doing? We thought you were friends with Jay.
Yeah, right.
I thought he was your favorite square, actually.
I thought y'all was connected.
Yeah, I thought that upper right square was all you. If this was Hollywood Squares, you'd always go to him. So we went with Jay Black last because our story maybe I'm going to use a mode terminology. She didn't create it, but she uses it here on the show. We don't. I think this could be a trigger for Jay. So I wanted to get this out the way. I wanted to get this so we can have fun and talk about the other stuff. So there's a story about a man who had to go to jail, but he did nothing wrong. It was all over child support. But we're going to let you watch this video.
This is a painful time for Clifford Hall. He is going to jail, even though he didn't do anything wrong.
I just don't see how this is helping anyone.
Hall's child support payments for the care of his 12-year-old son were supposed to be garnished from his wages. His paycheck stub indicated the payments were in fact withheld, but for several months his employer, due to a clerical error, did not send those payments to the court, and now Hall is being punished.
It's a horrible feeling, makes me sick to my stomach, but I have to do it.
When Hall found out about the missing payments, he paid a lump sum to catch up, but even that will not keep him from behind bars. Texas had a law on the books that would prevent deadbeat parents from going to jail if they paid up right before their court date. But last year, the legislature repealed that law.
In order to give judges some discretion to punish repeat offenders. It was a good idea. It sounded like a great idea. However, it doesn't work in all circumstances. There are situations such as Mr. Hall's case in which someone is shown in arrears, and it's really not their fault. It's an employer error or some other type of clerical error.
Even though I won Father of the Year Award for 2014, award through Committed Fathers Alliance, I'm going to jail for doing everything in my power to raise my son. This could happen to anyone.
So Hall heads to jail for 6 months, will likely lose his job, and won't be able to make any child support payments while locked up. When asked what he told his son Drayden about all this,
I'm gonna tell y'all, you want to win the governorship or you want to win the mayor of your township in certain cities, run on a platform that you're going to reform child support and child support court, both for people who aren't receiving their child support and for people who are being done dirty on how they're being taken. Like this absolutely makes no sense, and we don't know if the judge was white or black because it could have been either one. So we can't call this whatever until we find out. But this is embarrassing.
But he said he said when he was saying when his son asked him what he's gonna do, his answer to his son was, "Dad is just gonna fix it." But
this is remarkable that you really want to put this man. You're so gun ho that you want to put this man in jail. Like you could literally give him probation if you want. He don't even deserve that. He deserves nothing.
But I wonder what the actual law states. Like, does it not give? Because I couldn't understand what she was really trying to articulate. Does it state that the judge doesn't have the flexibility due to the way that the law is written to be able to say, okay, in this circumstance, this law does not apply, so I'm not going to sentence you? Because a lot of most laws have sentencing guidelines and things like that. So I'm wondering if the way that the law itself was restructured, because they said that they reversed it or something or another. I wonder if there's some type of guideline.
He had a public defender. I bet you he had a public defender. There's no way. I'm with Stacy. I'm with
the lady up there was the attorney, but it's the
it's probably a public defender attorney.
I don't.
Where's the money at? like if the job employer was taking those funds every paycheck, where did those funds get dispersed to? They're somewhere.
Well, it's not even the job taking it out. The job,
one at a time, y'all. One at a time. One at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
Where was it at? Where was the money at?
That's happened before with me. So what happens is that the employer is sitting there just holding the money because they want a certain thing to happen with their account. But I just didn't get why he ended up going to jail, because I've been in that situation, and they don't have to go to jail like that, especially when the money was coming out. So I wonder, was there like a bigger issue between the mom and the dad?
No, there's an issue with the judge, because the judge clearly sees the funds being depleted every paycheck. So as far as the father concerned, it was being taken care of. But why didn't the mom say, yo, you ain't paid me in the last, maybe they was beefing and she ain't said, yo, your dad ain't paid? Because usually some parents, your dad ain't paying no money. And then it would have got back to him and he would have figured it out.
How did
well
it get
before
to
6
court?
months.
Did she complain that she wasn't getting the money because if the money was coming out?
So
Who snitched?
If it's coming right out and you're in the arrears, they automatically send you a letter stating that you're in the arrears after it gets to a certain targeted amount, right? But for me, I guess my main question again is, what does the law stipulate? Because if the law is written to the point where it blocks in even the judge from determining something else or making a different type of ruling, then it's going by the guides of the law.
But it's even when
something that was recently overturned. So,
but even if a police officer doesn't follow let's say you're guilty of something, but doesn't follow the status quo on arresting you, it can get dismissed for that. So this judge could be like, this wasn't his fault. Right. Like
but she's saying if the law is saying you have no personal discretion, what Mo was trying to say, that maybe the law is no personal discretion.
Flexibility, then they have to, no matter what.
No, they don't have
the guides of the law.
There's always a loophole to everything. You just have to have the right lawyer.
Yeah,
that's why I said I wanted that's a public.
You have to have the right lawyer in this circumstance.
They also tell you in child support, if by any chance that the
I'm sorry, Stacey. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If by chance, they tell you at child support, if by chance the money doesn't come out and you begin to get in arrears, that is your position, your job, you still have to make the payment. So you can't use the excuse of, and they tell you this, you can't use the excuse of, well, it's supposed to automatically be deducted from.
Yeah, because he would have got some type of notice in the mail that he's behind.
Yes, once you get a certain amount,
when he got behind, he made the lump sum payment.
No, he made it when it was time to get
payment,
before jail.
Yeah, but you got to
standards of taking him out of the arrears of a certain amount that would render him not able to go to jail.
But the reason why the lump sum didn't clear him, he did pay up everything, but they made a new law in Texas. If you listen to the lawyer, they made a new law that you paying a lump sum isn't okay anymore. What they should have made the law is you have one time in that circumstance to pay a lump sum. You should give somebody one time. Like, I get one time. I understand dudes will use and manipulate that law and just not pay for the entire year. Then be like, well, here's a lump sum at the end of the year. And I get it, but you should get one. Now, this judge in Texas knew that this is Texas. This is Texas. Like this is such a crazy state when it comes to their laws. And there's a way to get this guy not to have to go to jail. We'd have to research all
his employer should have put that money up. They know they took it. And how
but who's
still sue? He can actually still go into a civil suit against his employer.
Yeah, they won't even hold his job for him.
Order is
no.
To his job. They took the money out, but they didn't pay. They didn't. It didn't go to the entity, right?
The payroll lady catching them hands. Go ahead, Stacey. The payroll lady about to get her ass beat. Why we make it the payroll lady? Just a payroll person. Just pay. His job should bear the fine and responsibility to make it right. I would think. Yes. Yeah. But see, Leonard, you should be his lawyer. See, a lawyer like that would have lawsuits against so many people. It's ridiculous. This dude would have a lawsuit against everybody because this makes no sense. But I want to know if his ex or his baby mom or the mother of his child was the one who snitched.
I'm thinking she got to have somebody at the attorney a general's
But you don't
office,
have to.
you know,
You're on a real.
But you can. But you can.
I say that because so in Texas, when you get $5,000 behind, that's when they say, okay, we're gonna issue a warrant for your arrest. I've been through this 3 times where we were behind like $10,000 or more dollars, and nobody went to jail. They told him that they were gonna put him in jail, but nobody went to jail.
I think because they changed the law.
And I wasn't calling saying, oh, I ain't got my, you know, I wasn't doing that. When we went to court, I wasn't saying, oh yeah, he ain't paid. You know, a couple times I was like, oh no, he sent me this money, you know, to get it erased. So that's why it's like, I'm like, why would he end up in jail?
But
and
this
he
is how
doesn't
screwed up.
automatically come out of his check though, Shawnee?
It's
From
supposed
the
to.
courts?
It was supposed to. But
Okay,
it
so then it's not. Yeah, that's.
But this is what I'm saying about Texas wanting to put people locked up. Shawnee told the story when she went filing for divorce. The judge would not give her a divorce unless she made it certain that she was putting him on child support. That should be an option. A woman should be able to say, I'm not putting him on child support. But y'all want these dudes on child support in Texas so bad because y'all know if somebody gets behind, it's another person you can lock up and put in that system. Because once he gets out of there for 6 months, there's going to be a whole bunch of other stuff he's going to have to pay for.
There's something we're missing with this story because it's common sense and logic doesn't say a man's his checks being depleted every paycheck. It's funds going somewhere, and there's nowhere to find where it's going. For arrears letters to be coming, something is wrong, and the lawyer couldn't get him out of this. Something is drastically wrong somewhere, but it's Texas. So.
The mama got a friend at the OAG, or she know the judge.
There's something vindictive going on. My daughter's dad was arrested at like $15K, the arrears for one of his cases. Don't know how much his others were, but they took a $100 payment to be dispersed and let him go. But they can't do that in Texas. They made a rule that they can't do that. And they made it seem like they were doing it for everybody's goodwill. No, y'all were doing it because y'all want somebody else locked up. And it doesn't make any sense, but there's something else that we're missing in this story. There's something else. There's a beef between somebody because I know somebody had to snitch and say, I'm not getting the money. It's up to the judge. My twin's dad is behind $10,000. They gave him every opportunity to pay something before they ordered him to jail.
It's shreds in Texas, and then they don't like if the other parent is giving you the money, because that was an issue when I said that. I said, well, he gave me the money. Why? It needs to go through here. Well, I got the money, so what difference?
It don't need to go through there. That's the thing I'm saying. Once we allow these court,
they want to make their money off
order.
of
It hasn't been dismissed. Yeah,
and they want to make their money off of it because they take a part of that.
They take $1 in New Jersey. They take $1 for every transaction that they get for automatic payments for child support. $1.
Oh, well, it's like $10, $9.95. It's like $9.95 here, and then once a year they'll take like $40, $35, $40 from me.
But think about each person, each parent that's on child support. If you are taking $1 out of every week, you're paying this, and you take $1 out of their check just to go to the state. Look how many people are on child support. That's a money mill for the state.
Of course it is. Of course it is. And like, this is the last comment because we got to get to allegedly. Once we let the courtroom start deciding how we were going to handle our households and handle our situations, and I know it's both people's fault, we allowed them the Pandora's box has been open, and now your relationship is being ruled by a judge, and somebody's father could go to jail, even though he won Father of the Year 2014. God bless him. All right, y'all. You know what it is. We don't know if these stories are true. We can retract them at any minute. She could say the story, and 1 minute later, be like, it wasn't true. That's why we call this segment Allegedly.
Let's get this mother crawl.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Allegedly. With Sexy Mo. Powered by Media Room 360 TV.
Hey.
It is a makeup to break up to where's my damn money type of Monday, Michael Shawn. So I'm excited because I follow them on social media. My sources tell me that Tay Diggs and April, aka Amarion's baby mama, aka almost his bandmate side piece, they're engaged.
Who's engaged with who? Wait, who?
Oh, okay.
Tay Diggs and April, who is
Tay Diggs,
Omarion's baby mother.
the one that Tay Diggs is with, that's been Amarion's baby mom.
Yeah, that's the April chick.
And yes.
And was dating Fizz.
I thought she had a baby by Fizz too.
She had a baby by
Yeah, she does.
Fizz.
Wait,
now
does she?
she would Tay
No,
Diggs.
both of her kids are from Omarion.
Oh,
She's just
so
dating Fizz.
so she engaged him. Now Tay Diggs is the one who did the TikTok video where he dressed up as the girl.
All feminine, yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he was smacking his butt.
He just did another one. I'm like, the kid like they just happy. Stop talking trash. They just happy.
First of all, we not posting that. Like we do some silly like that, which but we not posting. But
Well,
God bless him. God bless him.
They dance together. They do these little fun dances together on their TikTok. Cute. But he seems very happy.
Yeah, he does seem happy.
He's been with her. He seems like super, super happy and just like in the moment.
She reminds me of Russell Simmons' wife when she was young.
Mora.
Why?
Yeah, she reminds
me.
me.
Why?
No, her features.
Okay.
She reminds me of the young, Kimura back in the day. But he's giddy. So God bless him. He's happy.
Yeah,
he
he's
got
happy,
the big
right?
smile, like.
Yeah,
and the funny thing is the whole Omarion / Fizz beef or whatever. He's never spoken on it. It doesn't bother him. He's like, look, y'all little kids can play. Y'all can do all of that. I got this. And so he's getting.
How young is she? How much younger? How much younger is she than him? Because who's 35?
She's 35.
Oh, I'm not. I was like, Tay Diggs ain't no 35.
No.
He's 35.
Tay Diggs is 51.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at him.
He's living it up.
I ain't mad at him.
April Jones is Shawnee's right. December 15th is her birthday. Should be 36.
She'll be 36. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that ain't
But
bad.
April, she been dating all these celebrities or people in the industry, so I don't know if what's her intentions were pure. I don't know.
Marion Fizz. I mean, I guess we got
to be very much in love. And they have been out in the open for at least a year.
That's
at least
nice.
a year together. So
yeah, they do some funny videos. They have fun.
Big shout out to them. They seem to have met their match, and I wish them the best. We continue to follow because I love their TikTok.
Where did Mike go?
Allegedly.
Where did Mike disappear to? But keep going. Just go ahead.
There you go. There he is.
So I say makeups to breakups and babies because, I've been following this story. I love some Wendy. She lives rent free still in my head. And so my sources tell me, of course, that her ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, house is being foreclosed on, and he's trying to press on Wendy's neck for the alimony. Even though she's come out through these monetary situations in court with her money being frozen and stuff, he's really trying to press the judge to, hey, I need my money. So this is causing a huge issue. And my thing is, what happened to all of the money that you better sell that ring that you brought while you was with her? That you gave to the girl. I mean, what do he want from Wendy? What does he want Wendy to do?
He want what he's old. What the judge told him he's old.
Well, I don't know if you said this already, but I have a source that told me that the reason why he's not going to get this money is because he signed a deal that if she ever were to lose her job, she didn't have to pay. Mm-hmm. This was all based on him making the money because he had something to do with her getting that TV show.
Yes.
Oh, so if she
as
didn't
long
have
as she was working, he got his
true.
money. But now that she's not, now his lawyers are going to say, but she caused that to happen. So this is going to be crazy. And
what's her income potential? Nah, we need to figure this out. I need my bread.
So I'm going to be watching this closely. It just goes back to the point I was making early on that he is about the dollar. I think that he's always been about the dollar with her, and now that the money is clank, he's showing his true colors.
I mean, it is. Listen, man, I want to take the guys.
Yeah,
allegedly.
I guess Mike allegedly want to take the guy's side, but he can't in this moment. But I don't see why he can't, because if the court said you owe X amount of dollars, if it was the other way around, y'all be like, "Come on, ladies!" It'll be a whole rally and chant.
I always say, in fairness, I always say that it depends on what your alimony and your child support is always based on what you make, your income, not what you got in the bank, what your net worth is. It's what you make monthly. If that changes, why are you still being held to the guns if you're not making $1 million, $3 million a year, or whatever the case may be? Why do I still have to pay you like I'm still earning that? That's not how it works. And I think we get it very confused, and especially with celebrities. We look at them and say, "Oh, but your net worth." When I Googled you, it said you worth $5 million. You may be at a negative 14 in your bank.
Well, just keep that same energy. Just keep. I just want y'all to keep that same energy when the gender roles are reversed.
That's why I said that when you popped out. If it was the other way around, they'd be going crazy.
I am equal on this one, Mike. I'm equal on this one. If as a man you are no longer making that type of money, and we have to go back to court, I can't get mad and say, well, but it say your net worth is you Googled that 5 million, but you ain't made a movie in 10 years.
I'm just gonna say this, before the computer gods get at me again. I want to be on his side, but the problem is you had your side chick living around the corner, and you got her a house off of her money. Yes. So sometimes I always say this: the universe doesn't let that stuff lie. Like the universe I don't call it karma. Karma's some corny ass thing that everybody made. It is when you choose a path, of behavior, it will come back. You will get afforded everything that comes with that path. So if you decided to be that person, I'm not even talking about him, that person that had the side chick around the corner, that embarrassed her thoroughly, eventually it's going to come back around. So I can't really, and then even with Wendy, she chose a path to expose everybody's stuff. Well, guess what? People having a field day with her now. It just is what it is, But that was gangster to have the side chick literally around the corner, like that. Number one, that was brilliant and convenient and dirty at the same time. It was dirty because all you got to do is say you run into the store real quick, but I'll be right back. And then you just go around the corner, and then you smash for a little bit, and then you come back and you're like, "Hello, I got you your bagels." All right.
Got you your bagels.
Every woman got her favorite. I got you your Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I get it. I
got you your Mountain Dew. Remember, I got you the new Mountain Dew. Yeah. So anything. Go ahead.
I do have another one. My sources tell me that, because we were just talking about Keke Palmer. My sources tell me that she is with child. And I'm like,
she announced it.
She was dating.
Yeah, she announced it.
But you know what? Like many women in the industry, a lot of them are, at the age where they're like, okay, whether I'm married or not, I'm about to put out this baby. So, blessings to her. Because
she announced it on Saturday Night Live during her monologue, and she was actually good. Keke is funny. She is funny. She's a comedian. She's funny.
She is I don't know.
She announced it.
But she has her own little written out. I don't want to call it dramatic pieces that she does, like monologues, and she'd be like, and scene. So she's definitely natural. She's honed her skills over the years. Very good.
Did y'all see that alleged story that happened with her cell phone? She went to a party with this dude she was dating, and they were partying, and she couldn't find her cell phone. And she was like, and he was like, "Don't worry about it. Just get a new phone." Like, he was rushing her out the party, basically. Don't worry about the cell phone, right? Then somebody hit her up and said, "We have your cell phone," and they were extorting her for the cell phone. They were going to extort her for what was in the cell phone. And then she went, and she was panicking because we all got stuff on our cell phone that we really don't want. Everybody got something.
Don't swipe too far to the right.
That's why when I tell people, when you're looking at a picture on my phone, stick to that picture. You better ask permission before you do any swiping. So everybody got it. So she was confiding in this man, allegedly. And he kept telling her, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Then he finally said, you should just pay them the $100,000 and get it over with. And she said, how'd you know it was $100,000? I never told you. So that relationship, allegedly, we don't know, Kiki. This is the story we just heard. This is the story we heard. This could be totally untrue, but she looks good pregnant.
Oh, she's not married? Oh, it's a boyfriend. Okay.
She's glowing. She's glowing. But again, you know, she's in Hollywood. She's doing well for herself. And who says that you have to be married, you know, in this day and age to have a child?
No, you know, a lot of society still believes
very,
that.
very,
Though.
you know.
Yeah, unfortunately, we you know, I mean, you know, unfortunately, it's the status quo now. You can be pregnant, but somebody just said, I'm gonna sit in this. Yeah, because we don't even know who to do this. Somebody was like, I'm sitting in this. Yeah, a boyfriend said, I'm sitting in this.
Darius
right
Jackson.
Here.
His name is Darius Jackson.
Darius Jackson said, you gonna have my seed.
Well, shout out to her. She's glowing. She looks absolutely amazing.
That is the weakest point.
And I'm surprised that Jay Black didn't say anything because she's on the highly melanated list. And,
she's one of my favorites.
Say.
Like
you because you like the melanin, but you know Jay Black sometimes.
I like everybody. What are you talking about?
Since when?
Since forever. Go ahead.
Yeah, put her up there. She's pretty. She's pretty to me. As she's pregnant, she looks great.
So you like the pregnant bump look? You like the when they're pregnant like that?
Right there. There we
go.
It's not too big. Not too.
No, when they get real and for some reason they get their hormones start and they want you to hit and whatever, and you're like, well, you got a whole thing going on, like thing.
A thing.
Yeah, you got my babies in there. Like we should chill till you're done.
Who feels like, you know, because a woman is the vessel that she becomes just that during pregnancy. And
I thought you were supposed to leave them alone. Like just be like, cool. Like after like 6 months or whatever, when y'all get, I mean, you know, I'll still, you know.
That's archaic. Actually, scientifically, if you hit or smash when it's time for her to have the baby and you know, bust the rhymes, that your bodily make her go into labor.
It's not archaic. It's not archaic if I just don't feel like doing it.
Oh, you don't feel like doing it.
If I don't feel like doing it, it's not archaic. It's just I'm not, you know.
Okay.
Like I'm sure Gina didn't want to have sex with Martin after Tommy Hearns beat him up and his face was all swollen up and everything like that. Oh, look at this dude. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so he's a regular degular.
Yeah, he sat in that. He was like, "No, you getting pregnant tonight, girl. I'm doing all I can. No, pull out. Shoot, you better you out your damn mind." But congratulations, girl. Yes. Congratulations. She, I like her. I think she's funny. Not because I think she's in real life. All right, you got something else?
Good morning, Diane.
That's it. You put me on a minimum.
No, you gotta. Okay.
You got one more.
You got one more.
Okay, so I didn't want to bring this up because you know I love my HBCUs, but right now they doing my man Deion dirty.
Yeah, they are.
Or
Go
are
ahead.
They?
Yeah, Deion got some comments. Deion joined the white people, and then he had a press conference.
What are we talking about? Who, for those that don't know, Deion who?
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders. Of course, they've been dragging him in social media. People have been creating all kinds of funny TikToks, and they're trying to figure out whether he's a sellout. And did he sell out Jackson State to move on, of course, to Colorado?
And bam, and video.
Made a tremendous impact to the HBCUs. I guess how difficult was the decision to leave what you started there?
Tremendous. Because it wasn't about the X's and O's or the wins and losses. It was about those kids. It was about looking at the faces of those kids, knowing that I'm being ready. God is getting ready to elevate me. I'm sorry. God is getting ready to elevate me. Usually a coach is terminated or elevated. Thank God I'm elevated. But still, the journey is not complete. Some of the things that we accomplished there about bringing understanding and notoriety to certain falsities or non-committal things that are done in Power Fives, maybe God is using me to be the catalyst to make you think and to make you just fathom another way to make us feel unthreatened when someone of the other ethnicity is approaching, to just make us feel good about today. Maybe God is really using me to open doors at this level. The thing that alarms me the most is just because I'm leaving Jackson, they think that I'm leaving African Americans. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm black. I can never leave who I am and what I am and how I am and how I go about being that. So it is still my task to look in that locker room and see 65 to 70% of African American men trying to help them get to the next level, as well as all the others. My calling is for young men, young women, and people of all walks of life, all social climates, and all ethnicities. That's my calling. My calling is not built on a location. It's built on a destination. Now that was good. You're supposed to clap for that. Darn it, that was good. You give me some of my good stuff. We just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when you mention God over and over again in your journey, can you mention the 25 million too? Can you mention the 25 million? Like, you can't keep calling God, this is God's destination. You wouldn't have followed God's destination if they offered you $1 million. You wouldn't have followed God's journey if they paid you the same amount of money that Jackson State was paying you. You wouldn't have followed that journey. There was 25, and that's why I can't tell somebody, oh, 5 years, $29.5 million. I can't tell somebody to turn down that type of money because I'd do 30 minutes for Donald Trump if he offered me.
You offer you the right amount.
But I'm not the one doing this moral journey at Jackson State, having everybody believe that HBCUs, I'm here for you, and we're going to change the dynamic of this. So stop it with the God tribute. Like stop. You did this because you wanted to be a head coach in a school that literally is a power school, even though they suck. But they're part of that Nick Saban, Alabama, Georgia, and stuff like that. So you get a higher profile job for $25 million. He said, Don Pay said he was going to go if another college offered him big money, go back to that 60 Minutes interview. Okay, but then how about he go back to that 60 Minutes interview? How about he bring that up when he's bringing God up? How about he tell us, I told y'all I was going to go to a bigger, if somebody paid me more, I was going to go.
But I don't think that that's the sole reason behind this. I think that there is some sincerity to some of the things that he said. I didn't say that that's any of us. If you tell me that you're going to pay me, I'm going to say Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, I love y'all dearly. But guess what? They offered me $1 million across the street.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Yeah, but it ain't got nothing to do with God.
But again, for me, I might say as a personal growth, yeah, the money is great, but as a personal growth, if I'm getting offered something that's going to elevate me, why would I not take it?
Because you already got this. This is my thing. You made it seem like this was your journey to save HBCUs.
But
I'm going to make HBCUs better. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I got this commitment to y'all.
You know what?
In fact, he did. He was very committed while he was there, and in teaching them and bringing more awareness to HBCUs.
How was he committed to that top draft pick, Mo, that he just got there and told his mom, I'm going to take care of him over these next 4 years, and now he's going.
Oh no, he's going to be.
He's convinced this player.
He's going to be good. He's going to take them. What was not going to be good.
No, he told him the grass ain't greener. He told them don't stay, don't jump the port, don't jump ship. The grass ain't green on the other side, but yet his grass is greener. He out.
No,
but he told what?
The boy. He's taking the boy with him. He told him when he met the football team yesterday.
He said he's taking some of the players, but he told some of them. He told him. He told him
that first round draft pick. What's his name? Trevor.
Travis.
But this is even worse. This is even worse.
So they gonna leave them high and dry.
You're going to take their best players. You're going to take their best players with you. So now,
and the coaches and the key coaches he's taking with him. He said.
Now there was a guy.
Pay the staff. They wouldn't pay the staff who wanted.
It's about opportunity. It's about opportunity.
It's about white opportunity.
I honestly believe that.
Good morning, Patrice.
But I think
God
that he
allowed
did both.
it to
I
make
think
it
that he was
possible.
able
Good
to do
morning.
both. He was able to really highlight and show what an HBCU team could do with the right mechanisms in place. I think that he really did that while he was at Jackson State.
Is the capping that people are, is the God's comments of brain saying God told me this, and the capping, I'm going to do this, and I'm committed to this. He used it as a stepping. They just want him to be honest, Mo. Just say, hey, I did this so I can get my foot in this door. I've been trying to get these doors. These white folk weren't going to hire me before, but these black HBUs, y'all gave me a chance. I'm going to use this to catalyst my career to get where I want to go, which is the NFL. Just be honest.
Let me say the most ignorant thing I saw was a FS1, a Fox analyst say. He actually said this. This is his words. I'm gonna try and do him as he said. Black people will always have opportunities in black spaces.
God did.
But we need spaces in places that we don't have spaces. And my problem is we're always running to other spaces instead of empowering the space that we do have opportunities in to bring them up to the same level, because it makes no sense. It makes no common sense that a sport that is 70% black, that the black schools can't compete. That is like Harlem having the best hockey team in the country. White people would be like, why are all these white kids going to that black school to play a white sport?
But part of that has to do with funding as well. And Michael Shawn, not all HBCUs are privatized. Are privatized where they can get private tuition. A lot of them are turned over and owned by the state system. So which means they're only getting a specific amount of money out of all of the state schools when they go to budget and divvy it up, which leaves them at a deficit.
But
because anybody who wants to come in and give a donation to some of these HBCUs,
I understand
that money is split with the other state schools.
But this is why Deion was so important. This is why he was so important. Because
I think that he did a great job while he was there.
And then he left.
What he could do. And
he still had 2 more years on his deal, Mo, in his contract. He said 2 more years.
His contract was only 3
Nope.
years. I think Deion, I'll be honest, I felt some type of way. When I first saw the story about him going to Colorado, I thought it was a joke. Because I was like, oh no, he did for the HBCUs. Then when I found out it was true, it was like, well, damn, you just up and leaving like that. But the more I think about it, okay, well, Deion did his part. He put a light on it. So we mad at him, and I put myself in that situation in that because I was upset with Deion. We mad at him, but so he leaving. So what we gonna do? So that means, because I know I haven't donated to an HBCU probably in 2 years. So the things can still happen, but now it's on us as a community to make sure that these things still go on. If he going, I still feel a certain way. I get it. That's why when you ask the question, did he sell out? It's like, to me, yes and no. Yes and no. I get it that he want to move on, but it's like, dang, you couldn't stay here and finish doing what you was doing here, but maybe he finished doing what he's doing here, and now we need to, do some things. Because at this point, I am going to. We used to do this thing with the HBC, the National HBCU Alumni Association. I used to let them come on every week, and they would solicit for donations. So I'm gonna reach back out to them and say, okay, we can start this again if y'all want to do it.
That campaign is
no, they're not other
part of that campaign.
Sharae's comment.
Let me read Sharae's comment. Let me break this down. This comment: doing what's best for his family. First of all, his family's fine. Doing best for his staff and his players. He's not doing what's best for his players at Jackson State. Number 2, he's not. He left them high and dry. He's opening doors. He's opening what doors? We've been trying to open these doors. Instead of trying to open these doors, why don't we try and get where we're at on the same level? I'm going to repeat that. It's the same thing when Bob Johnson, I can't hate him. Once he sold BET, it was no longer black entertainment. But that is what happens. There are other coaches that can do what he did. No, they're not. Because you have to have the perfect storm to do what Deion did. You have to have the perfect persona in the media. You have to have the perfect pull. You have to have the respect of different artists that he brought, like Gilly and all them cats, to school that. He showed everything it's possible. It's only possible if you have the power to make that happen. What he did, the reason why he got so much attention, because it's something that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Now, I'm not killing him for taking the money, but in my case, if I'm with Media Room 360 and I'm making $500,000 a year, and somebody says, here's $5 million to go over here, y'all might think I'm lying, but if I'm making $500,000 here and I think what we created has an opportunity
to be bigger,
to go against the same people who are trying to take me over here, I'm staying because I'm good. But the real reason behind this, in my opinion, and I might be totally wrong, is the prestige that Deion wants. Deion wants to be named with the Nick Sabans and the top coaches and the Lincoln Kennedys of USC. He wants his name and his team to be shown his highlights on ESPN. So he leaves the HBCUs will never thrive in this country. And two basketball players were on a podcast and they said, you know why we can't affect Nike? And they were sitting back, they were sitting together talking. I don't know if it was Derrick Rose. It was Derrick Rose. It was Derrick Rose and somebody else. And they were like, you know why we can't affect Nike? He said, why? He said, because let's say if I break my deal and I go against Nike, some other black dude's gonna take the spot. He said, so we can't affect them. We can't affect the change. God told him to give $5 million.
God should tell him to give him that money that HBCUs don't, because he was making $300,000 at Jackson State, and he said it ain't about the bag, ain't about the money. I got money. I've been rich. So if it ain't about the money, so you take that $300,000. So get that money up then. Go ahead, get back.
It's also about your personal and professional goals as well.
We don't believe him.
Again, how do you know he hasn't done all
he
that
lied
he's
once.
set out to do?
He lied again
for JSU. That's
he
all
lied.
I'm saying.
He lied. He promised them kids. He promised what he was going to do.
He didn't have to go to He took a chance on JSU.
Don't promise them. Just be up front.
I don't think that he's a sellout. I just don't.
I'm not calling him a sellout. I'm saying the reason why he left. The reason why he left. It's the dynamic of why what we do. The stuff that we want to build up will never build up because once they offer you a check, people go. Mm-hmm. I'm out.
300,000 versus 5.9 million.
I don't care what the movement is.
My people in the movement that we got going, or I'm gonna go be accepted by the white folk.
Your personal and professional journey, whatever that may be, whatever those goals may be, those are the things that you sit and you weigh out.
Coaches do that everywhere. Yes, we understand that, but
they not making promises.
We hold our own.
I think that's Basil talking. I think it's Basil talking. It's not Sheree talking.
We should hold our own because the only way equality happens is by us taking power and making what we have viable and on the same.
Why as a person of color, why when I make another decision that I feel as though is best for me, why do I have to hold the whole community on my back? And now y'all were good with me when I was at JSU. Because now y'all's calling me a sellout.
And I'll tell you why.
Because he got out there and said all this stuff about, I'm going to show y'all that these black schools can do this. He went and got the little boy from Florida, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And, we should be pouring more into HBCUs. Another player was thinking about going to coach at HBCU, and then all of a sudden just, damn, I'm going to Colorado. And it's like, well, could you have prepared for that? And I don't know. Maybe it's some stuff on the backside that he's not talking about.
And I know the whole story.
That, has pushed
all I know.
This, but it was a letdown. It was a letdown.
All I know, if history had changed and the government would have offered Martin Luther King a job as a statesman in the government, and he would have taken it, history would have been different. That's all I'm saying. If the government,
we got to get the black man in power. Hey, what's more important, get me with them or us starting our own?
Maybe that wasn't Martin Luther King's goal. Maybe that wasn't his. That wasn't in his.
It better not have been, because we wouldn't be here right now. It better not have been. If he was finished what he started at JSU, he should have stayed till his contract was over. Listen, man.
It was over. I thought he did the 3.
There are a whole bunch of things.
No, it's not, because he got to pay back. So he has to. Part of his original deal was he has to pay back half of his contract if he leaves early. and he has to pay back $300,000 because they had 2 more years. So they would have paid him $600. So he owes them $300 that he has to pay back.
Okay.
So his deal wasn't done.
Oh, okay. So even though he has to pay them back, that means that you've gotten somebody to take your team, your athletic department. You've gotten it to a top notch.
And it's gonna fall.
It's gonna fall. You're taking the key coaches because you want to win, Mo. You taking your people with you. You want to win at the next level. The team he's going to, Mo, won 1 game. Mo, listen to this. It's not like he's going to Mo. He's not going to a top tier team that has all these great prospects that he can go in there and build on that and be a champ. He's going to somewhere that has 1 win. Horrible squad, just because the stature they're in the Power 5. They're in the top tier. So he's going to a crap. So he's bringing his people to win. So by bringing your people, you're setting up Jackson State to be a failure. You're taking the key people with you because you want to win.
From that, but I want to just answer this before I forget because I wrote it down. Mo said, why do we have to take the pressure of when we make a decision?
Not the pressure. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to say what we complain about. We complain about Jewish people, right? They don't do this. They stay right in their spots and say, we're going to do what we do.
I don't want to make a comparison. Go ahead.
No, I'll make that comparison all day because if you go to New York, they got their own fire department. They didn't move out. They didn't move out. They didn't do that.
They go like this here on American soil. We are the only ethnic group that has ever been enslaved here on American soil.
But that makes total sense. Mike is lying. If K104 offered him $5 million, would leave 360. Not if I was making $500,000 here. No, I wouldn't.
Because $500,000 may be your comfort level. And
no,
because that personally, like your personal goal, your whatever professional, that might be okay for you.
No, my thing is, if you 3 people made the sacrifice to be here, just like the players made the sacrifice to follow his rules and wake up every morning, and I'm supposed to be, quote unquote, the leader of the show, and I'm making I'm looking at this as a movement. So I wouldn't go back if K104
because you still got work to do here in your mind.
He still got work to do.
You see a vision.
Be honest, he just won a championship 2 years in a row. He just won Coach of the Year 2 years in a row, and he's got all these accolades for the last couple of years. He's been that dude. So in his mind, he's saying, I reached the top of this mountain here.
So then I get y'all the deal. We get the deal based. Let's just say I'm not ego tripping. I'm just saying hypothetically for this. We get the deal because it's Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. We get streamed on whatever. We get streamed on some major thing where now we got 100,000 people streaming us every day when we do the show. Then I can say, well, I did my job. Y'all go ahead. No. Now I want to take it. I want to dominate K104.
Because in your mind, you have a vision. You have that vision.
But that's the vision he sold us.
That's the vision he sold he promised.
If K104 calls you $5 million, we having a conversation. I'm like, well, you better get to me.
No, I'm not.
And that's coming from.
I'm not doing $5 million to go.
So everybody in the comments put in there. Is he sell out or not?
$5 million in the morning, we can get to 500,000 in the afternoon.
No, I'm not giving them my talent. I'm not working for those people over there. I wouldn't. Now, right now, we not in that situation. So right now, I'd have to take it. But if I was in a position where I had 50 million in the bank, they wouldn't even offer it to me because they know I would say no. So
so what's your final? Is he doing what's best for him? Is he wrong, or is he wrong or doing what's best for him?
Well, you're never wrong for what's best for you. But I hate that people don't want to accept the ridicule and don't want to be honest that I get why y'all mad. At least understand and say, I understand why you guys are upset. But nobody wants to, but I want to go here. But you can't tell us the real reason why you want to go here. Because if you told us the real reason, I'd have more respect for you. But then the onslaught of criticism would come.
Because they wouldn't hire him before. He tried to get to all the Colorados. They would not hire him. So now that he got successful at Jackson State, and now they're looking at you. They ain't believe you.
But and I would tell no human being.
And then, like, again,
what's
going on behind the scenes with,
be honest,
with JSU.
Just be honest.
Maybe something happened.
And in other news, in news that, you know, for some reason, the hypocrisies, he's doing everything that those big colleges did, and he complained about. Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have left when his contract was up, I think that
Steph is getting
everybody would
paid
still
less
be
than
complaining the
100K.
same.
So here's the
I
flip
think he
side.
went to JSU, did what he set out to do, and now it's time for somebody to pick up the baton and continue that same energy and making sure that they stay where they're at and be a model for other HBCUs. Shout out.
Here's a different viewpoint, Mike. Too
the staff
fact that they make it like,
is getting paid less than $100,000 at JSU.
and they're giving them. So right now, that staff is just that he's taking with him. They're going to make a lot more money with him in Colorado. They're giving him $5 million to pay his staff. Whereas though he can break that, all right, this coach, you're going to get this, you're going. So his team that's coming with him is going to make more. So is it building more generational wealth by taking them people and leaving your black folks at Jackson State University?
It's not leaving them.
Is that a good thing though? You're giving these people more.
The bottom line is he is leaving them. So just say it. I am leaving.
But they're gonna make more money. So is it
they're gonna make more money.
So,
And that's the way they break us up all the time. They give us more money and they say, come over here.
And then if it fall apart over there, then we want to try to.
They know what they're doing.
And then you just
exactly what if they do the same technique, they've done the same technique with the black family. We'll give you a welfare check. You just can't have a man in the house. Well, you got to go.
Lady Q told me about that. I didn't realize that was trying to do the research. That was true. They give you money, but the man can't be there.
They can't be a man in the house.
You can't. That was true. Yeah, I looked into that. That was true.
They used to come check your house.
Remember Claudine? Claudine said, "Hide the toaster."
I didn't think that was real. I didn't think that was true. We're gonna give you this money, but this black man can't be there.
That's not true now. Now it just basically goes off your income. So basically, two people in a house making money, you're not gonna get anything.
Look, I'm not telling over. I'm not saying, but they know the trick. They know. Even the basketball players knew it. Derrick Rose like, yeah. Why am I gonna boycott? Because somebody gonna take my check afterwards. He gonna be like, hey, they gonna get another person to take it. I left my wife because my side chick makes $5
more an hour.
Good morning, Richard.
How would you leave? Oh, you left? Oh, because my side chick makes $5 more. Hey, that's real.
She made more money. He was out.
If the vagina is on the same level, I mean, win-win. Like she makes $5 more. You gotta evaluate everything. Leaving for the money is the definition of a sellout, though. Afro Queen is right. I mean, I'm not calling him a sellout, but if we go by the definition, that is. But
I'm not going by that. And I'm a product of HBCU, and so I get it. And I'm not gonna.
Claudine, yeah.
I'm not gonna call him a sellout.
Well, I mean,
yes,
you know, the entire soundtrack was banging. Yes, it was. But in better news, well, in coaching news, I found this out this weekend that Dawn Staley, who won the NCAA championship, women's basketball championship, just cracked the bank for the highest paid black woman coach ever with a $22.4 million 7-year contract.
I would love
congratulations to her. Congratulations.
You said 27 million?
She's just the highest paid.
22.4 million for 7 years.
Shout out to Philly. Shout out to Temple.
Is that where who did she play for?
Temple, and then she played in the WNBA. She won some gold medals. She was nice. We used to do Dawn Staley in the park in Philly.
There's a documentary on her on Netflix.
Yeah, she's dope. Like shout to her. She's about to dominate the.
She's another one that did very well, won the championship, and you know, like she did her thing. But I guess it ain't HBCU. But but Dawn doing the thing. Representing Philly very well. But
and I mean, if you don't agree with the comment, that's what we're here for. Just seeing Claudine with my guy, and that was so relevant. I know it's not something that they perpetuate, but they still clock every dollar and be in your business. Yeah. I mean, they know how to break it up. Throw money at something and break it up. We don't want this dude getting 5-star players at Jackson State. Now, they didn't even look at him for Auburn, which is a major college. They didn't even look at him for that, which was crazy. But I mean,
could Could it have been a case where as though he was so dominant getting those top players that Jackson State could have been moved to a different division and been up there with the Colorados and all them?
Yeah,
that's the plan, right?
That's what the plan should be, to get these. The fact that in basketball, that black colleges struggle to compete in basketball makes no sense. So even though they don't say that, the system is very much set up to F up a black relationship all day. All freaking day. But hey, once again, I can't tell somebody in my right mind to turn down $25 million.
Turn down that 30 million. It's like almost 30 million for 5 years. So it's like almost 6 million, 5.9 million a year versus 300,000 a year. That's a big difference in salary.
There is.
All right. So before we get into this, let me tell you the plans for this week. Tuesday, tomorrow, we have an interview with David Williams, the business model from AT&T. He's got a lot going on. He's got that. He's got the book. Very interesting man who's doing his damn thing. We're going to have an interview with him on Tuesday. Then on Thursday, for those who don't know, we're going to have my former coworker, Lady Jade, from DD in the Morning. She's coming up here Thursday. So we're going to be running that on social media, letting y'all know, and there'll be a promo running so y'all can see the guests that we're having. And then we also have a little surprise that we got to get together, which is how we're going to pay back y'all and see if y'all could win something for the holidays. That could be very important. But we want to get all the details ironed out before we get into that. I don't even know how to transition into... No, I won't transition into that. We got this video for guys out there. I want to know if the women agree and the men agree with this. It was I hate to say white lady, but it was a white lady who said it, and I want to see if we agree. I hate making everything white or black, but she is white, and somebody's gonna bring it up. So go ahead, play the video.
Respect to men is love. Like, men don't feel loved if they don't feel respected, and your job as a woman is to make them look good. And this goes back to, does it look good to a guy to have his girl hugging the whole football team, hugging the whole basketball team, hugging the whole rap scene? Respect to men is love. Like, men don't.
Respecting men is love. You got to make them look good.
Okay, go ahead, ladies.
No,
I think y'all should go first on that.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. What men want?
I think you know what. Men have been bamboozled now. Okay, Mike Shawn and TLL's upcoming schedule. Thank you, Taylor. I don't know. I mean, the respect factor for a man now has been twisted into whenever a man wants respect, he's been being controlling. Lady Jade is one of my absolute faves. Everything we do now is either labeled with insecurity. You're insecure. You're controlling. You won't let me be me. Even leading a situation now has turned into, hey, what your opinion? What was the man who passed away who had the strong opinions? The black man who passed away. What was it?
Kevin Samuels, the honorable Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels. Like, people were pissed at him because he was saying a lot of stuff that men say, and people were upset about it because now you can't really state your opinion on something without it being turned into you're a male chauvinist or you don't believe in women's rights. No, I'm just a man. See, that whole word man has been twisted up, like, because you just can't. Why? Because I'm a man. That's what it is. You're a woman. I'm a man. There's certain things I feel that y'all want us to lead, but then when it turns into us really wanting to lead, when you don't agree with us leading, then it's the pause button. Whoa, wait a second. You ain't gonna lead that. But if you letting your girl, but this is why these men have no spine. If you letting your girl, and I said letting, if you're letting your girl, if you're letting your girl hug the football team, and you're letting your girl go along and hug, and the repercussions are you don't leave, then that's your fault. But you're not hugging the football team, if you with me. And ain't gonna be too much little personal body affection or whatever. Oh, he's my friend. I don't give a fuck.
So what was wrong with what she said, Mo or Shawnee?
So the
that
word
ain't the question. You ain't even got your opinion. Quit trying
your
to
opinion.
deflect.
Yeah.
No, play it one more time. Just the first part of it.
Respect to men is love. Like,
respecting men is love.
Respecting men is love.
You said respect. The word, the action, respect. That is what equates love to y'all. That's how y'all gauge love, is what she's describing.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that.
Mhm.
And because
So
if it's
which
not there, it's
means-
going to be a problem.
So which means, because respect can be, we throw that word disrespected. I feel disrespected, because disrespect can only be felt and interpreted by the person that's receiving it, right? Even if that's not your intent. So if that's the way that you gauge love, that's for a man or a woman. If that's the way that you gauge love, does that mean that every time you feel it's something that you don't like and you go and throw that word, oh, because she disrespected me, he disrespected me, are you going to say that that person doesn't love you?
I mean, if it's valid, it depends on what the scenario
But
is.
again, the validation is only going to come from you, no matter what. Everybody else can be like, that's not disrespectful. But in your eyes, if it's disrespect, then that's what it is, disrespectful. So what I'm saying is,
Ain't that my reality though? If I'm interpreting that, ain't that my reality? So it should be accepted as that.
So in your reality, you're going to always say that if somebody does something that you don't agree with, or you don't like, or makes you feel uncomfortable, then that means that they don't love you.
So you trying to put your therapy hat on. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to show her degree right now.
No,
But that-
show my degree. Like, I ain't got no common sense before, Shani. Go.
I mean, listen.
Because she's saying that one word defines love for you. Like,
no, the action, not the word, the action of respect.
I said word and action earlier.
And yeah, it does, but we're not going to use it. See, when you say every time you disagree with something, now you're making me seem like a child.
Because we abuse the word respect and disrespect, right? Because it's something that can only be determined by the person who's receiving it, right? So if we're constantly saying, and I know people who do it all the time, yeah, because you disrespected me. Well, how did the person disrespect you?
Well, if I bring up what it was and I say this,
yeah, that dialogue.
This is what happened. That's just disrespect. So if you're saying that you're measuring,
just be honest. You don't want to respect the man, Mo. You don't like the clip because you don't want to respect men. Let's just be honest.
No, I think that all individuals need to be respected.
Well,
it has
Shawnee
nothing
more
to
so.
do with gender. I think that all people need to be respected.
Under your breath?
Now I'm saying to Shawnee more so. Y'all just don't want to respect the man to that degree because it feel like you're being less of a woman. You're not the strong black woman. You're not empowered. It's the sign of weakness. I don't need this. Like you have this certain mentality that's it's just foul. In the reality,
that's true.
That's just being honest. If you just be honest with yourself.
So what it is over here is that I'm a single woman, okay, and I run all of it.
I don't need a man. I know. You don't need a man.
Over here. So if a man gonna step into this, he got to step into it right. You can't halfway step in. You can't put your toe in it. You got to bring both feet and your whole body into it. Then you do that, then you get the respect. But if you gonna stick your toe in, then I'm gonna treat you like the cow.
But you're never going to get a man if you don't initially show that respect. Why would I want to be with you if you're not initiating that from the door? I shouldn't have to earn you to be respectful.
Okay, we got a Q comment brought to you by WokeUpInspired.com. Whoa, where did the outburst come from, sir? That's not even what she said. She said respect to men is love.
That's it.
I just think there's a lot of
that's what she's equate. That's what she's saying that love means to you.
I just know Shawnee's thoughts, and I know she strongly disagrees with that, and I just don't want her to be.
But you know what? But you know,
the man that I'm gonna be with is he will be respected. He will have respect. But like I said,
after he earns it, if he makes the cut,
right. That's if he makes the cut. That's right. Because I ain't got to accept every little thing that come to my door.
But do you understand that if you're not initiating that from the beginning, that's going to put some people off? You're not even going to get to that next phase.
That's not my problem. You coming,
but you're not doing yourself any. How are you helping yourself?
I'm helping myself because I have peace.
The service to yourself.
My house, I have peace, and I don't have to deal with the extra.
I will say this. Men have done this to themselves. Basically, men need their ego stroked at all times in order to be loved. See? Let me tell you something. My ego was never stroked in my relationship for over 25 years.
All the way back. I'm sorry, Mike, but look how far she left the school.
Because you're not being honest. And I think it's foolish. Your philosophy with that, you're never going to attract someone if you're not opening up that door to show that initial. You're not being weak because you respect the man.
listen, this honey bucket over here has no problem attracting as many.
But don't we want something long? We don't want to attract. We want the right person, right?
Listen, but you said I'm not attracting. I attract.
No, I know. No, not saying that part. Like, of course, but if you want that right husband, you can attract a bunch of people. But if you're not being open-minded for that right person and letting your guard down a little, you're not being weak. You're still gonna be a strong black woman doing what you got to do. But you don't want to. You got to prove to me before I give you any type of respect.
Saying, J Black, but you're forgetting Shawnee has had experiences. So sometimes
we all have.
Changed the direction.
What that past ain't got nothing to do with the future.
Listen,
what that man did ain't got nothing to do with me.
In a black and white world, absolutely. I get what you're saying, J Black. But Shawnee has had, just like everybody else has had experiences, and those experiences fuel how you look at the future and things.
Is that fair?
The same way
is that fair to me being a new person?
And men, and that's
triggering
her
potential soulmate.
Well, you know what? My potential soulmate, soulmate knows how to step to me. But all these weak jokers, the little, impersonators that just want to think they, come up here and hang out, chill for a minute. That's their problem. That ain't my problem. The man,
and it's sad, Mike. There's a lot of females that think like that.
Knows how to approach me, and he know how to handle me. And it ain't
sad that females think like Shawnee.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot that think exactly what she's saying. No, you got to earn my respect. Whatever. I'll just be single then. What?
I mean,
so when I meet you, I'm just supposed to be like, okay, like just off the cuff, I met you. So I'm supposed to give you all these privileges just day one.
No, you're not.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mike.
You're not supposed to give that all day one. I'm saying I think this is when you're in a relationship and you've already passed that stage where you've gotten to know each other and y'all have made a commitment with each other. And now the respect factor comes in on both sides. Now, my problem, that whole comment, men need their ego stroked. No, we don't, because we don't get our ego stroked. The shit we do gets taken for granted every day. Mm-hmm. Basically, men need their ego stroked. No, we honestly don't, because the stuff that we do is a checklist. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to do that, and you're supposed to do this. Every man's ego. We're not looking to be stroked. We're looking to be respected for what we do, the same way women want to be respected for what they do. That's all it is. And being overly flirtatious with other dudes. And I'm not saying y'all two do this. I'm talking to the audience. Being overly flirtatious. If I'm like, dog, chill. Like, we just not gonna sit around and you hugging up on people and,
so familiar
and
with
you
everybody.
acting like you not with me. Like, I'm not doing that to you either. But a lot of these dudes allow that shit to happen, which is why when I watch a show like Reasonable Doubt, it irks my nerves, because this is what you don't want a young man to be abusive, but you don't want a young man to be a punk. You're either going to lead your household or you're not. So it's kind of like that respect thing. I'll tell you, like, being a man is not cool no more. It's not the trendy thing.
I don't think if you're in a relationship with someone, no, you shouldn't be hugged all up on anybody. So that part that she's talking about, because to me, that's like the childish part. That's grown people not out there doing that. Yeah. But respect, if we're in a committed relationship, then you're gonna be respected. You're gonna be respected by me, and everybody else that's associated with me is going to respect you. Ain't gonna be no problem. Ain't nobody gonna disrespect nobody.
And Corey Holcomb says some crazy stuff. Some women will find a reason to be disrespectful and lean on that button hard. And once again, I'm not talking about the two women.
I want to take women out of his statement though, and replace that with little girls, because I think with Shawnee, Shawnee's point.
No, there's 40-year-olds.
No,
there's 40-year-olds.
Look, I'm saying the mentality. That's not the actions of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the actions of
Corey Holcomb said. The minute a woman calls you a bitch ass N-word, and you don't shut that. Well, he said it different. He said, and there's not any repercussions for the calling me that, or what was it, the P word, or whatever. What you come out your face saying all that? I'm just out.
Well, that's a Philly thing. The P word, that's fighting words. That's like, it's over if you call a man a P word in Philly. But I think that just even using those type of words with just significant other, that's problematic, period. From man to woman, woman to man, certain things that you say to your significant other, if you crossing that line and talking to them like they somebody out in the streets that you don't care about, that's bigger problem.
So Mo agrees with Corey Holcomb. Good job, Mo, agreeing with Corey. Nice.
No, but there is an epidemic, and once again, it's not about the two squares here because I know them and I've known them for a while, so I know they're well. I don't know everything that's going on in your lives, but there's an epidemic now with women stepping to men, and I'm gonna tell you, guys walk away.
Stepping to, can you just
like stepping to their personal space and getting and we see it all the time, and we promote this, and women are like, I don't care if you a man, you should, you really should.
And the reason being is, and because we're not talking about physical yet, you're talking about verbal exchange, right? You're saying, okay.
I'm saying you step to me and this index finger touches me.
Now that's different. Now you're talking about physical. Now you're talking about physical.
And I give everybody one shot at something because I believe I've screwed up enough where people have given me one, not physical, but some outrageous like, okay, I punched a hole in the wall. That was childish. That was ridiculous. That shouldn't have been done. Because it was like, okay, you got that one time. The next time, I'm out. Because I like all that stuff, and I've done it. I've broken.
But you're not talking about a man and a woman in a verbal disagreement.
Yeah.
That a woman doesn't have the same right as a man to go back and forth in terms of verbally.
No, you have a dialogue. You have a dialogue back and forth.
A respectful dialogue.
It's just
clearly, if you're saying something disrespectful as the female to the man, or what Corey was talking about, then yeah, it's clearly she has no respect for you. That relationship is done.
But even when we see personal things happening on videos, is these women stepping to men and throwing stuff at them and hitting them, and you go like, well, what do you think is about to happen? Now, I'm not saying
Shawns of the world.
Would I've tried to walk away? Yeah. But if you hit me, I don't know if I'm not going to hit you back.
Your reaction.
Well, I don't think that physical has a place for men or women. It shouldn't, because then you're in a dysfunctional situation. But back to you, J Black, when you were saying that, like in terms of it's disrespectful when you say certain things. A lot of times, people who have been in dysfunctional relationships from the beginning of them like cultivating relationships with the opposite sex, they are learning dysfunctional behaviors. So when they get to a relationship, maybe with you, J Black, and you like, yo, why are you talking to me like that? Why is that your reaction? Good morning. Why is that your reaction? You may not realize because that's all she's ever been in, or that's all he's ever been in, is dysfunctional relationships. So that reaction is natural to them.
So it's my job to train you. It's my job to take that blunt.
I'm not. So
I mean, what are we saying?
So again,
Jay Black on this morning.
So again, because you have to make the determination of, if you're going to lead your household and lead your relationship, you're going to have to make the determination of, are you going to model that behavior for her and stop her right in her tracks and say, whoa,
well,
this is not what we're doing.
Back on the physical part.
This is not how I'm going to talk to you, and this is not how you're going to talk to me. If you want this relationship to grow and flourish, then we have to find another way of communicating. As the leader in your relationship, because right, we always talking about the man got to lead, then you're going to have to model that behavior for her, because maybe she's never ever in any.
Everyone doesn't have your degrees, Mo. The therapy approach that you're taking is not reality.
Now, like take that off the table. When I'm saying to you,
but that's what you're preaching right now.
No,
you're the average female is not.
As men, y'all keep talking about, well, because I'm leading. Okay, if you want somebody to follow you, right, in a healthy relationship, then you're gonna have to model that behavior, because maybe they've never seen it before. That's all I'm saying.
Well, then what Jay said, what I was gonna say, what Jay said, I gotta train you. That's a harsh word.
That
but
is.
But you do have to cultivate.
I said model.
You have to cultivate the environment. And you have to put it out. You ain't gotta say you're not gonna do this, but you're gonna say you have to show what you're willing to deal with and what you're willing not to deal with.
And you have the choice to not explode back at her. So if she popping off, you quiet the noise by saying, hold on.
Put the other comment back. Put the other comment back.
Whatever it is that you call her. Hold on.
The Shaquisa one.
No, the one after Sequisha, because yeah, I get that. I agree, Sequisha. I think there is just a lack of respect for men from women and vice versa.
Well,
But
girls were raised by women, like not too many girls or kids, for that matter, have a dad in the house, and that's something that I'm big on with my girls because they being raised by me. So there are some things that I can't teach them or how to behave, react in situations with a man. I'm not a man. So they're going to get into some situations where their feelings might get hurt just because they don't have that man to say, hey, you getting out of line. They don't have it. They only get that from me. So when they dealing with a little boy, or because I see it now, the way the baby sit up and talk to little boys, and I'm like, you can't. That's not gonna work when you get grown. Somebody gonna slap you in the mouth.
Agree.
But you're teaching them at this point in their lives that's dysfunctional. That's a dysfunctional way to communicate to somebody.
Okay.
And because a lot of, like you said, maybe you didn't get it.
We got to read these. We got to read these comments. Bring the comments because then they bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Billy J said men are expected to take it and not keep that same energy. And I can tell you, I can only. I'm like 7 out of 10 times, maybe I can do it. But they're gonna be 3 times that I'm gonna return the same energy. Now, normally, I'm going to because I'm a human being, and there's a certain point where you're gonna say something since you want to play this game and you want to raise your voice and you want to say ignorant shit. You're not gonna beat me at saying ignorant shit. But if you keep poking the bear, I'm gonna prove to you. I'm gonna prove to you how I'm gonna dissect you in your whole goddamn life, which is unhealthy, which leads to relationship getting worse. But I'm gonna dissect your whole fucked up mentality and your whole life. But it shouldn't go there. It shouldn't go to that point because we can all dissect each other and our flaws and everything like that. And all it does is escalate. But we live in a society that rewards the turn up and doesn't reward the person trying to find a calm solution. We don't reward that person. That person is called soft. Laugh out loud. You're not gonna beat me at saying ignorant shit. Laugh out loud. That was funny. Yeah, you're not. I do it for a living.
But therein lies in fueling the dysfunction, and then that's not going to get the relationship anywhere. I think defining your boundaries, defining how you communicate, and again, stopping the other person, especially if you care about the relationship and you want it to work, you want it to thrive, stopping them dead in their tracks right then, not letting it breeze over and then next week say, yeah, because last week the way you was talking, like I didn't appreciate that. No, stop them right then and there and say, oh, I know you upset. I know you mad, but right now, this can't be. We can't operate like that.
And that's gonna turn it up even further with that person because that person's gonna tell you, you're not gonna tell me how I'm supposed to react and how I'm supposed to.
Then you need to walk away.
And this okay. Well, I know you were gonna say that, and then we gotta move on. But I'm gonna tell you with the BS about walking away. I'm gonna tell you the BS about walking away because I've had it happen in my relationship that I'm out of. When you leave, then they say you are leaving your family. How can you just leave and
I'm not saying walk
wait,
out.
Let me finish, Mo. Let me finish.
Sure.
Then you're considered that person. When you leave the house and you say this relationship ain't working, then you're the dude that left. Then the person, this is what happens. Then the kids in that family, in your family, your children, are look to you like, why do you always leave? Why do you always leave? So you can't win for losing. Because they'll say you're bailing. Oh, we need to work this out. No, I don't need to work this out because I already know where my temperature's going. Mike, when you get disrespected, you will have times that you snap. I cursed out a patient last week. You human. After I go off, I just say, God ain't done with me yet. And keep it going. All right. I got to get out of here. So I just want to, so we can leave on a happy note. There were some things this weekend that I realized I don't care about. And America, you're going to be mad at me. Y'all tried to get me into this World Cup thing. Y'all really tried to get me into this. I don't care. Yep, Mike, that's what happened to me. Yeah, once you leave, then you're
the back guy.
Edward says, as soon as he handles it like most men do, it's extra. But she's been extra all day. Listen.
No, I'm talking about men or women,
Thanks, Billy.
just stepping outside of the argument or the dispute for that moment and then revisiting it.
But the World Cup, I ain't watch either, Mike.
The World Cup,
World Cup.
y'all put $1 billion behind it. I think they are amazing athletes. I think what they do on that field is something that's so physically taxing, and I don't know how you do it, but I don't care. Like I was at the Verizon store, the Xfinity store, turning in my cable box, which I got another one I got to turn in. They didn't even tell me that. They slick. They trying to get me on the penalties. But they were like, everybody was around the TVs, and I was like, y'all sons of bitches don't watch this no time of the year. Y'all can't even name 3 players on here, and y'all are over here. I'm like, I don't care. Like, it's not our sport. We have tried for 50 years. It's just not our sport. Now, when it becomes our sport, I will jump on the bandwagon. Then I will learn the game, and I'll be like, oh, I'll be on it. But I realized I don't care. The other thing I realized this week is the reason why I hate TikTok and Instagram. I'm so mad that my mom is on TikTok and Instagram, and she enjoys it. My mom sits down here and giggles and laughs. And I'm watching. So I said, let me see what this woman is looking at, that she enjoys this so much, because it's not enjoyable to me. So I'm looking and she's following. He said, this comedian right here, Michael, I know you're funnier than him, but watch. And she's like, so she's watching comedians perform. She's watching dancers dance in different countries. She's watching people do that Beyonce thing. We getting them the nine. She's like, oh, I could do that. She's like, she's happy. And as I'm seeing all the people that she follows, I said, I ain't seen one person smack nobody. I ain't see one cop pull somebody over illegally. I ain't seen nobody get abused. I ain't see nobody get turned up on and beat up behind the McDonald's counter. I didn't see nobody get jumped through the drive-through window and kick somebody's ass. And then when the person, after she kicked their ass, the person's on the phone and she comes up and kicks her ass again. I think, okay, keep that right there. And at that moment, I realized the reason I don't enjoy it is because the shit I follow. It's me.
Yeah, it's your trends. It's
so
whatever your trends
I follow this. This is what I follow. My mom follows happiness. My mom follows prayerful people. My mom loves Steve Harvey and his inspirational talks. My mom loves all that. The Joe Osteens and this is what I follow. I follow drama, racism, sexism, violence, conspiracy theories, and other violent situations that go. That's what I follow.
That's why.
And I forgot. Like and I also follow people that have much more money than me and more technically successful than me. So I'm hating every time I see y'all flaunting and y'all got a brick of money, and I'm mad as hell that a 19-year-old got a brick of money because of his streams on a song that I ain't never heard before.
That's your trends. That was
my fault.
Oh God, your algorithm, as they say.
So I literally, I'm trying to. I went back and tried, because some of these people I'm following, I never followed. I never followed these people. They just throw them on there.
You might have liked something from someone else or a friend of someone. Yeah.
And now I'm stuck. So I started going there. It's too much. It's too much. It's like I'm really, when I get off of Instagram and TikTok especially now, I'm in a bad mood. Every time I get off it,
mad or angry?
Mad and angry. I'm like, no, this world is horrible.
It's training your brain.
It's training my brain that this world is horrible.
Content does that.
I want to thank my mom for educating me, but when I tell you, I've never seen a person set up a meal before she starts scrolling. I've never seen it. Like, she gets her drink, and I know she's about to get to scrolling because she has the whole thing locked down. Lady Q says, this is a Q comment brought to you by WokeUpInspired.com. It's been studies done on how we take in affects us. Yes. I stopped following a lot of trash and my mood improved so much. I literally I've really tapped out of hip hop. Like, I've tapped out. Like, I just, like, it's rarely that I listen to any new music anymore because it's not feeding me what I want. I don't need this. I don't need this in being fed to me. I just don't. Now, I'm 51, so God bless. You 24, 25, you still think that's popping? You're right. It is popping. It was popping when I was 24 and 25. But I can't take this, and like, that's why I'm telling you, it was the first time I ever stopped watching a program other than the Jeffrey Epstein document. Jeffrey Epstein, yeah, I stopped watching it. I couldn't watch the rest of that. Like, it took too much. Sequisa says, I try to teach that to my mentees. Your mind is very powerful. If you watch negativity, you will be negative. Only positive vibes over here.
Speaking of positive vibes, the shirt in the back.
Oh, let's highlight wokeupinspired.com.
This one.
This is and every
Actually,
time
you know
we
what? I got it.
Well, that's the one in the back. That's the one you highlight. And bring that one up. And we always, before we leave, we always play this game. Was this directed at Jay Black, or was this inspired by Jay Black? And for those who don't know, Lady Q and Jay Black have been married for like gang of years. I don't even know. Let's just say, disclaimer, I'm not for the weak. All right, ladies. Mo, is this directed at Jay Black, or was this inspired by Jay Black?
I say both.
Shawnee, is this inspired by Jay Black or directed at Jay Black?
I say directed at Jay Black.
And I think it's a compliment because she's not for the weak, which is saying Jay Black ain't weak.
Bam. I take that one.
I like how you redirected
Just
that into a
subliminals.
positive. Yes.
Let me read this before
I got my Woke Up Inspired shirts on.
Oh yeah, Mo did order something.
Mo, I have a picture of you, me, and Jay Black doing a show at the Man Music Center. You had a Sixer jersey dress on.
I'm nervous.
You look you look young now, but you look like a kid. Like you weren't even supposed to be hanging with us. Like you weren't even supposed to be hanging with us. You had wristbands on and everything. And quickly, yeah, I have it. I found it while I was cleaning out the garage. I found all these pictures. Hold up. And I found all the business cards. I had a book of business cards, right? I have Deion Cole's business card.
Oh, wow.
I got a card from Kevin Hart. I got a card from Michael Blackston. I got a card from what's his name? D. Ray Davis. Everybody in the beginning with their cards that said fax, and it said fax number, mobile number.
That's hilarious.
And I said, let me keep this and see how many more people who did better than me in life.
And let me shout out my sister too, Jeanette. Good morning, Jeanette. I saw her listening. She got to meet Nelly over the weekend. She went to a show and did a little concert, and she met Nelly.
Yo, I was confused. I didn't know that was her. I saw that.
Yeah, because I saw the first picture go up, but the heads were cut off, and I was like, well, what happened?
Yeah. She got the meeting. She had a Band-Aid on her cheek and everything. I was laughing. She
put a Band-Aid on her cheek.
Yeah.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Nelly looked nice in that picture. That was a great picture.
Yo, that's excited. That's like taking a picture with me and just bringing a little shot of vodka and black.
What?
All right, it's 7:58.
All right, once again, y'all, tomorrow we're gonna have David Williams from AT&T business model. He's gonna school y'all, give y'all some valuable information. And also this week, my former co-host or co-worker, Lady Jade from K104, formerly of K104 DD in the morning. She will be on Thursday. Is she gonna talk about experience? I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I don't know. I will, but I don't know if she gonna partake. I will. But this might be my way of venting right now. But she's gonna be on the show Thursday. So we got guests. Rodney Perry,
MySpace. That's the cards you got. Some of the old stuff Mike got.
MySpace.
Doug, I got so many people have done super well in the business that I was bugging. Looking like I got the Bill Bellamy card. I have who else did I have on there? There was a white dude I had on there. And I can't remember his name.
Gary Owen. I don't know.
No, not Gary Owen. No, he's Jim Norton. How I got a card? I don't think y'all know who Jim Norton is.
I remember the name.
Jim Norton. I got a card from him. All right, y'all. Rodney Perry's up next. Check out Rodney Perry. Uncle Perry will be back tomorrow. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that and understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in life. Fight for your happiness and never let anybody take it from you. All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, y'all.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legend, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.